passed your real estate exam. Congratulations. Now what? I'm still asking myself that same question. Throughout my courses, I thought the real estate exam was the finish line, but it's actually the start line. And I was not ready or prepared for everything that I had to do after I passed my exam. Hi, I'm Savannah. That's my cat Loki. I'm a real estate agent with Real Broker here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. This video is about after the exam, but I want to take a moment to talk about my exam journey. It was not easy. It took me 4 times to pass my exam. So if you have not passed your exam yet, it is okay. And I say keep trying until you pass it, because you will. I really wanted to pass first try, but I learned so much by having to redo it so many times. You just have to trust. You have to trust in the process and let things take the route it's supposed to. The next step after you pass your exam is fingerprinting. And I made a rookie mistake, and the day that I passed my state exam, I went and got my fingerprints done, but since I didn't have my national yet, they expired. So I recommend don't get your fingerprinting done until you've passed both of the exams. Once my background check was done, I inputted all my information and applied to the Real Estate Commission. It's easier to apply to the Real Estate Commission if you're applying with your brokerage. I applied to get my inactive license, and I did not apply with a brokerage, and I ended up having to wait a little bit longer to get my license. I interviewed 7 different brokerages. I don't think it was a waste of time whatsoever. I learned so much from each one of the people I interviewed, and I started to build connections. I started to learn names. I got to see different offices, and it was a great experience. Don't go just for the first one that you've heard of or your friends at. Really interview them. Really give each one a chance and see which one works for you. The brokerages I interviewed were Berkshire Hathaway, Better Homes and Gardens, Exit Realty, Keller Williams, and some local brokerages, which were Select Realty and I ended up choosing Real Broker, and I'm really happy with my decision. After you join a brokerage, a lot of them require that you become a realtor. Not all of them do, but most. Becoming a realtor is great because you get access to the Association of Realtors, you get the news and information, you get to go to events, and you really get to meet more people in your community. Once I joined the Las Cruces Association of Realtors, I had access to their core courses, which is great because continuing education is vital for keeping your license, and you're gonna need to do it eventually. So I signed up for the new broker business practices, which is the basic 10-hour course that every agent has to do in the first year of their license. And I want to get it done immediately, so I actually am going to get that done in September. When I first started, I felt like I needed to know all the answers. And if you're at that point, let me reassure you, you don't. It's more important that you're putting yourself out there despite not being a professional yet, not being an expert, and learn as you go, than it is to become an expert and know everything but have no experience. Meeting people is essential in this business. You really have to put yourself out there, something that I've been doing since I passed my exam and I now got my license. But even before my license was in the mail, I started socializing. It started out with interviewing the 7 different brokerages, and that was great. I got to meet all the bosses, but not really my peers and who I would be working with. So I stopped at a couple open houses. I drove through the new construction neighborhoods and stopped at model homes. And I was really just trying to see who's out there, see what the energy's like, and I met a couple people that I already think I'd see myself working with in the future. Now that I'm with a brokerage, I have a sponsor. Her name is Casey Hankey, and she advised me to speak with lenders and title insurance and different people that are part of a real estate transaction that I could learn so much from. It's really important that you're learning every single end of this business because the agent is the core. And just remember, every experienced agent, there was a point when they were brand new too. I've already taken steps to start setting up my business. I just finished designing my business cards and I printed them. I just designed my website and published it. There's already so much expenses with this career cut corners where you can. So I didn't get professional photography and I saved a couple dollars, but with my website I designed it through Canva and I got Canva Pro, which was $150. My business cards, I use Bizay, and the business cards were $40 for 1,000, so not horrible. It's actually one of the cheapest ones you could find, so that was pretty great. I set up all my social media. I put my number, my website, my email, all of it's out there, and it's all accessible to clients. So now it's time to start posting, start putting myself out there, start making my name known. A lot of people say, don't just make average content. Don't make content of showing houses, because that's what all the agents do. And if people only buy a house once every 10 years, why should they follow you for 10 years until they're ready for their next house? They probably won't. They'll probably look around for an agent when they're ready, and they're not going to follow you. If you want them to remember you and you want to stay followed by them, then you need to be creating content that's light and fresh and not repetitive. The next steps would be talking to clients. So prospecting, cold calling, door knocking, marketing in any which way you can. And if I'm being honest, I'm not there yet. I just finished designing everything and I'm about to start that journey. I'm going through this process just like you guys are. I just passed my exam in May of 2026. I got my license in June of 2026, and now it's July and I am barely getting everything settled, and I hope by the end of this month I could start talking to clients, but it's a slow start and it's a lonely process when you're first starting. So I want to be your friend through this, and I need friends through this too. I heavily relied on YouTube to feel like I'm not going through this alone, and that's my main goal with creating this channel, is not to show you how to do it, because everyone's on their own journey, but it's to show you that you're not alone. I'm a 20-year-old girl in a small city trying to make it happen. I'm not pretending to know everything. I'm just sharing what I'm learning in real time, hoping that it'll make the process less overwhelming for you. Thanks for watching. Here's to learning, growing, and figuring out one step at a time. See you in the next one.